When German intelligence first learned the British were building a bomber out of wood, they laughed. A wooden plane? In the age of steel and aluminum? Hermann Göring himself mocked it, saying the British must have run out of metal. But what began as a desperate experiment became one of the fastest, most effective aircraft of World War II. It raided Berlin in broad daylight, outpaced every German fighter sent against it, and proved that sometimes brains can beat brute force. Stay until the end to see how this wooden aircraft humiliated the German air forces and why German engineers later admitted, "We underestimated the Mosquito," the laughingstock of the Germans. In 1940, when Britain was still reeling from the Blitz, aircraft designer Geoffrey de Havilland proposed something radical: a twin-engine bomber made mostly of wood with no defensive guns. He believed that speed, not armour, would keep it alive. He was ridiculed even by parts of the RAF. The Air Ministry wanted turrets, guns and armour plating. De Havilland wanted none of it. But when the German air attacks intensified, Britain needed something fast, light and cheap to build, something that didn't use strategic metals. So the project went ahead, almost in secret. German intelligence got wind of it and dismissed it as nonsense. They saw plywood aircraft and thought another toy plane. They would soon regret that. Building the wooden wonder. The Mosquito was built using a sandwich of birch and balsa wood glued together with a secret resin. The fuselage was moulded in two halves, a revolutionary idea at the time, and then joined together around the cockpit. This made it strong, light and easy to mass produce. Furniture factories, piano makers and cabinet shops across Britain and Canada built its wooden components. Its heart, however, was all power. Two Rolls-Royce Merlin engines, the same ones that powered the Spitfire and the Lancaster. With no armour, no gunners and no drag, the Mosquito's speed was astonishing, up to 415 miles per hour. Faster than the German Bf-109 and FW-190 fighters that were supposed to intercept it. The first missions. By 1942, the Mosquito was ready for war. Its first operational mission was a reconnaissance flight over France. It returned untouched. Then came the bomb runs. In September 1942, Mosquitoes struck the Germans' secret state police headquarters in Oslo, flying low through mountains and escaping without loss. Later, in January 1943, they hit Berlin in daylight during a speech by Hermann Göring himself. The raid forced German radio to cut the broadcast. Göring was humiliated. He reportedly fumed afterward. The British, who can afford aluminum better than we can, knocked together a plane made of wood, and faster than any of ours. That quote was genuine, recorded by Allied intelligence after the war. Too fast to catch. The German air forces scrambled everything it had. Bf-109s, FW-190s, even Me-410 interceptors. But the Mosquito was simply too fast and too high. Radar operators would see them briefly on the screen, then the blips would vanish. German pilots often described Mosquitoes as ghosts, appearing suddenly, striking and disappearing before contact. For reconnaissance, the Mosquito became indispensable. It could photograph Berlin, Hamburg or Dresden in daylight, returning with perfect images before the Germans could react. The many faces of the Mosquito. The Mosquito wasn't just a bomber. It became a fighter bomber, night fighter, pathfinder, and even an anti-submarine aircraft. The Mosquito FB Mk6 carried rockets and bombs, shredding trains, convoys, and V-1 launch sites. The night fighter NF Mk13 hunted German bombers under radar control, often guiding RAF interceptors to their targets. Pathfinder Mosquitoes led massive RAF bomber streams, marking targets with flares for Lancasters following behind. It did everything and did it well. Even German ace Adolf Galland later admitted it was one of the most remarkable aircraft of the war, a beautiful wooden masterpiece. German frustration and admiration. By late 1943, the German Air Force had grown desperate to stop the Mosquito. They introduced faster interceptors like the Me-262 jet and the TR-152, but by then resources and fuel were scarce. Göring himself said in 1944, "In 1940 I could at least fly as far as Glasgow in most of my aircraft, but not now. It makes me furious when I see the Mosquito. I turn green and yellow with envy." He wasn't exaggerating. The Mosquito could outfly the best Germany had, and its wooden construction made it cheap and nearly invisible to radar. To the Germans, it was as infuriating as it was impressive, a symbol of Allied ingenuity. The legacy of the wooden wonder. By the end of World War II, over 7,700 Mosquitoes had been built. They served in every major theatre: Europe, North Africa, Burma, and even over the Pacific. Its wooden frame, once mocked, made it light, durable, and easy to repair in the field. And when jets replaced propeller aircraft, the Mosquito still held one title few others could claim. It was never truly caught by an enemy in level flight. The Germans laughed at it in 1940. By 1945, they feared it. The wooden wonder had the last laugh. This is a true World War II story, because sometimes a joke can turn into a valuable lesson, even in battle. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments and subscribe for more true World War II stories.